Hey YouTube, it's your girl Dr. J, and I thought I would come and do a quick video to show you guys our introduction to lap books. We started lap booking. This is something that I had always seen people do, and I loved it, and I thought it was so cute, but I had tried it when my kids were younger, and they just were not into it, but I got remotivated to do it, especially with looking at some of Little Homeschool Mama's videos, and also when we got together for our meetup in Atlanta. I saw the work that she had done in her lap books, and I said, you know, I really, really think this would be so good for my kids. And so what I did was, instead of when I had originally tried to do lap books, I was going to have everybody do their own lap book, and that really didn't go well. And I think that was the problem. They really wanted to do something together and work together. So I decided to go ahead and let us do a grammar book together. So this is our grammar lap book that we started, and I really was the one who started to do the cover. But I love this quote that I got from Michael Clay Thompson. I'm going to show you guys that, and it says, when we think about language, that is called grammar. And basically, I didn't want to do a lot of pre-made stuff. I did have a pre-made grammar, some speedy lap books that I was using some of the visuals from, but it really didn't have the depth that I was looking for. So what I did was I went ahead and got some of our grammar resources. So as our foundation, we're actually going to be using Grammar Island. And Grammar Island is by Michael Clay Thompson, and it's published through Royal Fireworks Press. And I love it because it's a very laid-back approach to grammar. It's not really heavy on the visuals. It just gives you a lot of like general information. I bought this used, so that's why my book is falling apart. But we're gonna be using this. We also are using kind of our fun little series. This one is on an adjective, and then we're using these Brian Cleary books as well. And then we use stuff from the Speedy Lap books that I got in addition to that. So it's really been working out amazing for us. What I'm doing is because I'm following Michael Clay Thompson's work, what Michael Clay Thompson does is he goes through, like, we do nouns, and then we do pronouns, and then we'll do adjectives, and then you do everything on the subject side of a sentence, and then you go over to the verb side of a sentence. So we're going to do verbs and adverbs, and then we start to go into all the different levels of language, and we're going to do Grammar Island, and then we'll go to Grammar Town, which is the next level up, where we'll get into a little bit more depth and detail. Some of the stuff that we did, like our first look at lap books, we went just kind of with the speedy lap books, and we did some of their more traditional stuff, and the kids got to write their little answers and stuff, and they liked it, and it was fine. And then I made this little thing where we were doing having a card for what we were working on, what is a noun, and we it just has, okay, there are people, places, and things, and that was fine, and that was a good start. But really, I saw that for us, my kids were going to want something a little bit more customized. So what we did was I started more customization as we got into this area, as we got into pronouns. And so with pronouns, we have this pocket, and in this pocket we have information on the different types of pronouns. Like this one is possessive pronouns. This is indefinite pronouns, and then when to use who and when to use whom. That one's on who. What are personal pronouns and what are demonstrative pronouns. And then I have the little kind of grammar pronouns book from Speedy Lap Books. But one of the things that I did differently was I made this little pocket, and one of my kids decorated the pocket. I don't know how well you guys can see that pocket, but what I did was I went and I copied some pictures from the kids, doing different things at different places, and then on the back the kids write all the pronouns that they could come up with for the pictures. Okay, so in this picture, it's a we, it's a him, it's a she, it's a her, it's a, in this one, it's a they, it's a them, it's an it for the ride. For a speedster, it's a him, it's a me, it's I. You know, so that was really good. We can actually customize the things that we put in our book. My daughter, she made this little flip book, and she talks about, you know, she drew a picture, and it's, you know, it flies. It is a cat. It is the earth. You know, she had to have something about space in here. And then I also, this is not the best way to do this. I should really be doing this with a camera, but I'm not going to do that. I also went ahead and did these. Like, this is a book with my son and my mom. And so inside the flip, you know, it's they, them, us, we. And so each flip book, it's different pictures. This is a picture that they took. We went to the NASA rover competition, and this was the German team and with their rover, and it is for the rover, and them, they, it's. And so that was really good. I really liked being able to customize what we put in there. I had an editable template for lapbook material. So this one was on the most used pronouns. And so here it's, you know, it talk about when we use that, they, them, then. So that one is the most used pronouns. This one is on personal pronouns. And then what the kids did was I typed in the pronouns, and then they drew pictures showing how we use those pronouns. And I really like that. I already have our next book in here ready for us to go. And the next book the next part of the lap book is going to be on adjectives. And then we'll go through and talk about verbs and adverbs. And then we'll talk about, contractions, homophones, homonyms. And so we're really this is going to end up being quite a large book. I plan on us doing it for at least 6 to 8 months, but I would say that we may be working on this lap book for a year. I wouldn't be surprised about that. But I'm loving lap books. I really want to again thank Little Homeschool Mama for showing me how to do lap books with older kids or kids who are working on larger levels, because even though we're starting kind of with the basics of grammar, we're actually going to go all the way through the Michael Clay Thompson books, and the books go up to kind of that middle school, high school age range with the types of things that they cover. And this is a great way for me to be able to do some of that higher level work with my kids, even though they're a bit younger. And I think having me customize the books is going to be really good, because it's going to make it much more fun and much more interesting for the kids. That was another thing that kind of had turned me off about lap books in the past, was I had been looking only at the pre-made materials, and they didn't seem really interesting or to catch my kids' eyes as much. But now the kids know that they can do their own thing. I can just copy pictures, and we can use different pictures that we have and show my kids in action, and show things that are meaningful to us. So we're really excited about that. So this is our introduction to our grammar lap book, and I will be sure to continue to update you guys on it as we go along with it. So hope this helps. This is Dr. J, and I'm out. Bye-bye.